Well, hello everyone. And this week's edition is kind of interesting because I'm actually on the road. I am going on a little bit of a cross-country tour. We started out in Michigan and then went down through Ohio, Kentucky to Tennessee. Wow. Just to give you a brief synopsis of the trip so far. So our first destination was Scott County Jail in Huntsville, Tennessee. Very active, very haunted. Doesn't matter if it's day or night. The spirits are there and they are interested in you just as much as you're interested in them. So it was a very nice location, very clean, very well kept. Miranda Young and Chris Summers do an excellent job of preserving the location as both a museum and a paranormal hotspot. They took us on a tour of each level. Now, I will tell everybody if you have knee or hip problems, brace up for it because you have to go up 32 steps. It's 3 different levels of the jail, and you have to come back down those steps. So keep that in mind. That's one of the canine 3 behind me. I have Tegan, Tygan, and Connor with me. That's my canine 3. They are part of the team. And so that was our first destination. But while we were there, they told us about another very unique location. That's Rugby, Tennessee, which was started by an European English novelist. And he went into basically the Appalachian Mountains, the wilderness there, and started a town. And he started this town for the second sons of Europe. So if you don't know, your firstborn sons are the ones who inherit everything. Even if you have a firstborn daughter, the firstborn son inherits everything and takes everything. And then the second, third, fourth, whatever, get a stipend of that estate as divvied out by the first son. So these second, third sons, even though they were all very well educated, oftentimes they didn't have anything. So this gentleman started Rugby, Tennessee. And so we went there, and there are a lot of the original buildings there. And if you're anywhere near Tennessee, I highly suggest you go check out Rugby because it is very well preserved. The buildings are upkept. They have a working print mill there. There is a church, a schoolhouse. There is the National Parks Welcome Center there, which shows a movie, a documentation about the location itself, which is very interesting and tells you pretty much the history. But there's about 50 people who live there year round, and this is their community. And to sit and have a conversation with any of these people is very, very enlightening, educational. And of course, for me, the first question I have to ask is it haunted? And a lot of them say, yeah, but it's not mean or scary haunted. The spirits there are where they want to be. And because this is a historical site, none of the locations are changed. They do restore them. They do keep them well maintained. And it's a very nice place to visit. So if you're into history, if you're into the paranormal, or if you just like historical towns, Rugby, Tennessee, Google it, find it, go visit it, and tell them SHETAN sent you from High Strangeness in the Liminal Abyss. And that was just day 1. Yeah, just day 1. Crazy, huh? So after that, we decided to go to, because I had seen videos of it, Buc-ee's. Now, if you don't know what Buc-ee's is, it's in Tennessee. The biggest one is in Sevierville, Tennessee. Now imagine a gas station with 150 pumps. And it's about the size of I'm going to say Myers, Walmart's. It's big. It's big. And it's not just a gift shop. Oh no, they have a whole food area with pulled pork sandwiches. Actually, they have a huge variety of sandwiches, but sausages on a stick. My dogs were very appreciative of the sausage on a stick. They thought that was awesome. But let's talk about the most important thing. It's called a beaver tail, and it is heaven. It is a pastry somewhat similar in shape to a cinnamon roll, but not a cinnamon roll. Oh no, because this is crisp, but chewy and soft. It's sweet, but then it's got sugar and cinnamon mixed in with it. And over the top of it is trickled in stripes vanilla icing. I've had 3 of them since we've been on the road. Yeah, that's how addicting they are. They also have a whole line of Bucky sodas, including pineapple and cream, black cherry, orange cream. Ask me how I know. I had to sample each one. Yeah, so my diet's shot for this trip. And that was just Sunday night. Now we're into Monday, which took us to Bristol, Tennessee, which is where the Bristol Cavern is. Now, I should have known better, but the curiosity and adventurer at heart got into me. And so here is me and my personal assistant, my best friend, Kathy, which she has no issues going up and downstairs. I made it through the first level of the cavern, and then I saw the steps going down into the second level of the cavern. Now, these are not your average steps of 8 inches, which I can manage. Oh no, these were like 25 inches high. So yeah, she did the second and third cavern while I sat on the steps going up into, I guess, level 1.5. But the cool thing was there was a formation across from me, well lit, that literally looked like a dragon. So I just sat and had a conversation with the dragon all day. Well, until my friend came back with the tour guide. And then we went back up the steps and back down to the gift shop and talked to them. Now, I had asked the gentleman before we took the tour if the cavern was haunted. And he said, well, I own it. And I'd sure like to think it's haunted. I've heard that it's haunted, but I'm too scared to go down into it and see if it's haunted. But if you ladies pick up anything, you tell me. So while my friend and the tour guide were in, because I could hear where they were. I could hear them in the second level. Their voices were distinct. And then when they went down to the third level, I could hear that their voices were, I could still hear their voices well, but they were a little bit toned down. But when they weren't having a conversation, off in the pitted area, about 10 feet away from me, I was hearing a very distinct but loud whispering. Something along the lines of, there was something talking to something else. Now, my friend said when she got down to the third level, my friend Kathy, now she can pick up on things, she can also see things. And she told me that when they got to the stream area, she saw towards the corner there was a little goblin type creature that was hunched down, and it seemed to be getting stuff out of the stream. Maybe it was washing its hands, maybe it was trying to pick up the shiny things in there. And it wasn't until the tour guide started talking that the creature reacted to him and then seemed to scuttle off into the shadows. Now, my friend didn't mention anything to the tour guide. She didn't want to freak him out. He was a very nice guy. If you go to Bristol Caverns, ask for Zach because he is awesome. So I believe that there are these elemental type creatures in that cavern, and to them, the treasure is all the sparkly stuff on the walls, and that's what they're possibly guarding. But considering the cave has minerals, water, limestone, all the things that we associate with making a location possibly haunted due to the natural phenomenon around it. Yeah, Bristol Caverns, it's haunted. From there, we went to, which was my personal favorite, it was called Backyard Terror in Bluff City, Tennessee. And it was awesome. And if you are a dinosaur enthusiast like I am, you will love this place because the first part of it is there's a gift shop. Once you go through to the gift shop, and I will say everything's done on the honor system. Whatever donation you want to put into the box is what your admission price is paid. The gift shop, they have prices that they suggest. But once again, it's a box. You just put the money in there. Of course, I had to get myself some dinosaur figurines and a couple of bottled waters. And I just stuck a $20 bill in there. So they probably made $5 extra off of that 20. But I had the K93 with me. I had my best friend with me. And we navigated around. And it took us about 2 hours to do the whole trail system. And there are dinosaurs everywhere, and not horrible looking dinosaurs. We're talking very realistic looking, very accurate looking for the species that they are displaying, which is phenomenal. So I give a 5-star review for Backyard Terrors Dinosaur Park in Bluff City, Tennessee. If you like dinosaurs, if your kids like dinosaurs, go there. Now, that being said, take your bug spray with you because this is in wooded trails. They do have mosquitoes, so it's pet friendly. You can take your dogs, but after you get out of the car, spray yourself down and your dogs down and your kids down with off or cutters or whatever it is, bug spray, because you will get eaten up. The mosquitoes are more dangerous than dinosaurs. If you have a hard time walking on uneven trails, I would say take a walking stick with you or hiking sticks. They come in very handy because it's not a flat trail. This is in a very natural setting. So you're going up and down hills. You're going along different terrains. Most of it is wood chipped, but some of it is just dirt. Some of it is rocks. But these people who own it, this is their backyard, and they just design dinosaurs all the time, and they put them out there, and people are allowed to come from, I think it's 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And there's a picnic area where you can eat. They even have the marine reptiles like mosasaurs, ichthyosaurs, plesiosaurs. They are very cool. Definitely check those out. And that was just Sunday and Monday. Now, Tuesday was Emerald Hill Gem Mine. So that's what I spent the day doing. Digging rocks out of a creek and the digging area. And when we had our fill of that, we went to the sluicing area and bought a couple of buckets, and we're digging rocks out of buckets. I will say I came away with quite a few ruby and sapphires. So tune in next week for the rest of my trip because we're only on Wednesday. Bye.